We all have that few days when it's labs in the morning, internals in the afternoon, and tech fest preparation at night. But in the middle of it all, a small internal voice keeps us asking, what if my career goes wrong? Government jobs feel safe, but IES feels huge. Time is short, stakes are high, and your confidence is low. If that's you, this video is for you. We all know the appeal of government jobs. Stable career, good growth, good respect in the society, and real-time big projects that impacts the nation. Every year, central and state government services recruit engineers, especially civil and other core sector engineers. And yet, most of the students struggle to get into it. Why? Because they start late, they start without a structure, and fear beats consistency. You may believe that only toppers or full-time coaching students can crack engineering services examination, but reality is something different. Truth is, consistency plus discipline plus structured approach completely beats the raw talent. Especially if you start early, like in first year or second year of your college, you tilt the odds in your favor. But I would not encourage first year guys to start preparation for IES. Man, you need to enjoy those golden years of your college at least for 1 year. If you start IES preparation right from day one of your college, you are going to miss that. Don't do that. I highly encourage all the first year guys to enjoy your college and then start for engineering services examination from second year onwards. Even if you start from second year, time is ample to prepare for IES by the time you finish your college. In this video, I'm going to give you a structured plan. It has 5 parts. Small parts, but structured one. Each part connects to the next. Follow it week by week and you will build IES momentum while in college itself. First of all, know what is IES. Basically, IES is an examination conducted by UPSC, and through this, you get the most premier engineering departments of our country. The exam has 3 stages: prelims, mains, and interviews. Prelims tests speed, breadth, fundamentals, and basic reasoning. Mains tests your depth, clarity, and problem-solving aptitude. And interviews checks your understanding and personality. So you see, to succeed in this examination, you need fundamentals, problem-solving, speed, and articulation. So, if you are in first year or second year, use semesters as your milestones. You should not do everything at once. Semester by semester, you just stack up those skills. Now, I understand when you are in college, time is your basic pain point. But you don't need 5 hours. You just need a structured approach, and that is to be followed daily, consistently. On class days, that is Monday to Friday, you need to follow 60-30-15 rule. This includes 60 minutes of deep study of one subject, 30 minutes of practicing of previous year's questions or mock test of that particular subject or topic, and 15 minutes of revision of what you have already studied so far. That's just 1 hour and 45 minutes, and I think it can fit either in the morning or at the night schedule of yours. Now, it's very important that you build up the streak momentum, not a single day off without that 1 hour and 45 minutes. On tough days, you can skip 15 minutes of revision, but 1 hour and 30 minutes, that's non-negotiable. And on weekends, you need to put in a little bit of more effort. Like when I was in college, I used to do 2 to 3 hours on weekends and 1 hour and 45 minutes on weekdays. Well, I started my preparation in the third year of my college. So yes, I had a lag and I had to keep on preparing while I was in job. But if you are starting by second year and follow this routine, by fourth year, I'm confident that you can crack engineering services examination. Alright, next step that you have to follow is you have to follow one source of preparation and you have to attempt previous year's questions as early as possible. This is a mistake which is done almost by all of us. We think that we'll prepare all the concepts and then hop on to the questions. But in reality, the concepts are never 100% complete and we often fail to attempt the questions by the time we reach fourth year. I did this mistake when I was in college, and because of that, I had to keep on continuing my preparation during my job days, and that was very, very painful. To remove that, you have to stick to one source of information, be it be one textbook and one study material. It may be any institute, it doesn't matter, but it has to be one source only. Every time you complete a topic or a subject, you have to attempt the previous year's questions and the mock test or the practice pair questions, whichever is there, immediately. You should not wait till the end of the concept to hop onto the questions. Another point is that while you are preparing, you have to keep on making short notes for yourself. The short notes should comprise of the formula, their important derivations, any important concept that you are occurring through, and any important concepts that you are coming across while you are analyzing your mock tests or previous year's questions answer sheets. One important benefit of attempting previous year's questions is you get to know the pattern very, very quickly. And by that, I mean a subject must be having a lot of contents, but only few contents will be there which is important in terms of that examination. And if you attempt the previous year's questions, you will be understanding which concepts and which topics are more important. So it's very important that you attempt previous year's questions as much as possible. Another important factor is by attempting previous year's questions, you get to understand how examiners trick you through simple questions but in tricky ways. Keep that with you, and over a period of time, you will build an error fixing bug machine for you. On top of that, if you keep on revisiting that on regular basis, then errors keep on reducing with time, and this increases your confidence level. Alright, in next part, I'm going to tell you the semester-wise breakup of the preparation, because ultimately you want a structure in the long run from first year to fourth year all throughout. In the first year, irrespective of the branches, you should be building up the fundamental topics that are asked to all the branches like mathematics, engineering aptitude, engineering mechanics, and if you're a civil engineer, engineering equipments. This is a very simple topic but often left out by most of the people who are preparing, because this is not taught in any of these semesters. Now, second year onwards, I'll be focusing only on civil engineering. If you're a mechanical engineer or electrical engineer, weigh in the topics which are high weightage and which are tallying with your semester. Prepare those topics first and go on as you reduce the weightage of the topics. For civil engineers, strength of materials and fluid mechanics should be the ones which you should be focusing in your second year. After this, you can go for soil mechanics and survey, and by the end of second year, you should have at least 4 to 5 subjects prepared with you. And again, let me stress out that important point. You have to prepare for PYQ, that is previous year's questions, and if possible, mock test as well. Your hostel room should look like a formula wall. In third year, you should focus on RCC, structural analysis, steel structure, and environment engineering. If you finish these subjects by the end of your third year, you will be finishing 70 to 80% of your entire syllabus. Now, rest of the syllabus you can finish by next 5-6 months of your 7th semester, and by 8th semester you will be completely ready for engineering services examination, fully packed with concept, speed and accuracy. And now what you need to do is focus on mock tests. If you do only this much, I assure you, you can crack GATE with under 200 rank and clearly make it to engineering services in the first attempt itself. To get a fact check of your preparation, I highly advise you guys to attempt GATE examination and engineering services when you are in third year of your college. This will give you a fact check of the level of examination, the competition, and also the reality of the preparation level you are at. Alright, in the next part, I'm going to discuss how to improve your speed, consistency, and keep track of the notes that you have made. One of the problems that we face when we prepare for long durations is that we burn out very soon. But burnout comes from chaos and not from effort with clarity. So essentially, you have to keep on doing efforts and have a clarity on your goal. For this, there are various methods that you can use for deep study. Pomodoro technique is something which is very, very famous. And in this technique, what you do is 50 minutes of deep study or deep work, whatever you want to say, and 10 minutes of relaxation. Keep this doing 2 to 3 times a day and your focus will increase exponentially. Second method you can use is teach back. Make a group of 3 to 4 friends who are preparing for a common goal, and each of your friend will be teaching one concept to other friends. This will give more clarity to all of you guys in terms of concepts. When I was in college, we had a group of 3 students who used to prepare for engineering services examination, and we made it a point that every week we used to give targets for common topics to study and mock test to appear. At the end of the week, we used to analyze all those mock tests and at the same time teach each other the concepts that we have gone through. Prime idea is when you start reading something in a motive to teach someone, you get into depths of the concepts, and that depths is what actually helps you retain things for a longer time. Third important rule that I want to say is keep your notes tidy and neat. I have been contacted by many students over mail who used to share their notes with me, and really guys, your notes are really dirty. The notes are such that you won't be able to read them in the hurry time. Like when you are preparing for GATE or engineering services examination, the vastness of the syllabus is such by the end of 4th year you will have pile of sheets, and if you want to read all those pile of sheets with shit written over here, it will be very difficult. So I would suggest following 3 things while maintaining notes. First, you have to keep 2 to 3 pens with you while taking down notes. Second, you need to keep enough spacing in between the words so that things look neat. The handwriting doesn't need to be very perfect. It can be regular handwriting, but spacing should be there. That itself will increase the efficiency and quality of your notes. And third, keep your notes consolidated. Like, I would suggest that you should keep a punch sheet, and over that punch sheet you have to keep A4 sheet papers. This will help you add on notes for each topics whenever you come across. If you keep one diary in which you keep on writing, then the topics will be intermingled with each other, and this will create a lot of confusion when you revise the topic. Now, I will come to most important point, that is confusion among all of you guys, that is coaching versus self-study. Now, it is completely possible to crack IES examination with self-study. I will be very clear on that. But what you need is a proper guidance and a proper peer group. Because essentially what coaches do is they guide you through a course of topics which are highly focused on IES, and at the same time they give you an environment in which you get more similar kind of people who will be competing among each other. So if you are able to get these two things, guidance and a peer group, with your college days, then it is completely possible to crack IES in the college itself with self-study. So in the early years, self-study plus PYQ plus small peer group is enough. Consider focused guidance later if you hit repeated plateaus. If you are attempting mock test and repeatedly coming with the same marks, then I think it's time to take some guidance. At the end, your fundamentals are the edge. If you are able to clear your fundamentals, there is no need of any extra guidance for you. Alright, now I'll come to the last part, that is preparation for general studies and your personality trait. Technical is primary, and when you prepare for engineering services examination, there will be a bunch of people who will be plateauing at the technical level. Now, what distinguishes you from that group is general studies and your personality, because general studies comprises of 100 marks and personality comprises of 200 marks that will be tested in your interviews. For general studies, I advise right from the first year you have to attempt 2 sessions weekly, 30 minutes each. This will comprise of ICT basics, environment awareness, project basics, etc. Basically, there are 10 topics of general studies. If you want a separate video on general studies, write me in the comment box about that. I will make a separate video on that. For mains and interview, your personality matters a lot, and for that, be watchful of what you dislike the most or what you are uncomfortable about. And for that, you have to be watchful about what makes you most uncomfortable. Create a situation where you are most uncomfortable and try to overcome that. For example, for me, I was an introvert, and breaking the ice in between the starting of conversation was the prime challenge for me, and I focused on that from the day one. And because of that thing only, I am able to talk so much. I am able to start my YouTube channel. I am able to talk in front of the camera, and these things improve over time. So I would suggest you have to start as early as possible on your personality tip. If your language is poor, you have to focus on that. If your reasoning is poor, you have to focus on that. You have to focus on one thing which is most uncomfortable for you. So there you go for a perfect plan for preparation for IES while you are in college. It doesn't need any perfect days. It just needs repetitive, boring and consistent days of your preparation. Just 1 hour and 45 minutes over the weekdays and 2 to 3 hours over weekends. That's all you need for your preparation, and you will crack IES in the 4th year itself. So that's it for today's video. I hope you liked the video. In case you liked the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, because your likes and subscriptions are the only motivating factors that keeps me going. Share this channel among your friends so that they also get to know about my stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Tab tak ke liye, bye bye.